All is one. PA Finally Anonymous, the universe, coming at you live on this beautiful Monday afternoon. I think it's Memorial Day, May 31st, 2021. Bay Area, USA. Sending out an atomic mushroom cloud explosion of love all across the globe. At the same time, we're going to go ahead and give Mother Earth a claw squeeze hug, one of the good hugs. Thank you so much, Mother Earth. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you so much. The original Big Mama. Giving props to where props is due. Sending a shout out to my listeners and viewers. Thank you so much for doing what you guys are doing. You guys get singled out. Like, share, subscribing, leaving comments, participating on the outskirts of the All1llA program. Thank you so much for doing everything you guys are doing. You guys are awesome. Sending a special shout out to my All1llAllers. You guys get a double dap. Thank you guys for doing everything you guys are doing. You guys are the financial backers, and bankers. We need those. Come on in, bankers. Of this program. You guys are the oil in the engines, gasoline in the tanks. You guys are the reason why this thing is moving and spreading, going all across the globe. So thank you guys for doing what you guys are doing, making donations, investing. Yeah, we need those. Thank you so much. Sending an extra special shout out to my soul models. You guys get the tripled out. Thank you guys for doing everything you guys are doing. On the front line, taking upon the mantle to be an example of the next level. If humanity is in the 5th grade, you guys are the 6th graders. If humanity is in the 8th grade, you guys are the 9th graders. If humanity is in the 12th grade, you guys are the college students. Thank you so much for doing everything that you guys are doing. You guys are extra awesome on the front line. Okay? Showing humanity where humanity is going. Thank you so much for all your sacrifices and everything you guys are pushing. You guys are literally pushing positivity 24/7, 365. Like balls of positive, like if you was a part of the atom, you'd be a proton. This is a soul model. We push that positivity. All right, you guys. Thank you, guys. So let's get right into this. The name of this is it might be a video series. But it's going to be something like the biggest picture. Because what we're doing is PA Finally Anonymous, the universe, is writing a book. And the name of the book is going to be The Purpose of the African American. I'm taking a video series and making a book out of it. I'm also making a book, PA Finally Anonymous, the universe, making a book entitled The Book of All1llA. So, 2 different projects. The Book of All1llA obviously is the big project. That's almost like the Bible of All1llA. But I'm kicking it off, getting my feet wet with The Purpose of the African American. Okay, and there's going to be a sub chapter in that called The Purpose of the Caucasian American. And so I'm blending those 2 video series, the video series about The Purpose of the African American, and the video, The Purpose of. I think I'm gonna blend in the final lesson too. Now that I think about it, I think that's in there, interwoven in the beginning of the formation of the idea was the video series, The Final Lesson. I think that was in the purpose of the African American and the purpose of the Caucasian American was seeded first. The ideas was being brought forth in the video series, The Final Lesson. So I'm going to have to blend all of that. I'm going to make a book called The Purpose of the African American. And this is going to be kind of like the introduction of this video, which is going to be entitled The Biggest Picture. So, hang out with me. I'm over here at the storage. And we're going to get into this biggest picture. And we're going to break it all the way down from the biggest picture, all the way down to your point of view. Hang out. Pause. Okay, I'm back. The reason why I want to make, like I say, this is going to be the introduction to this book. And the reason why I think I need to make this clear, or to introduce this idea of the biggest picture, I think I need to kick it off this way, because otherwise I'm going to have to explain a whole lot of why and how did I get this and where did I get this from and who are you to give purpose to a race of people and blah 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 blah. So I'm just gonna clear the lane and let you know exactly where all this is coming from. Copy that. Copy that. All right. So the biggest picture. We put a lot of emphasis on the bigger picture, or the big picture. But I'm going where I went to get this information. Matter of fact, I didn't go there to get it. I ended up getting it because I went there. In other words, I didn't get the purpose of African American. I didn't get that until I went there, and I ended up getting it because I went there to what? The biggest picture. Now, what the heck does that mean? And plus, not only that, are you saying, PA Friendly Anonymous Universe, if you know what the biggest picture is? I'm going to say no, I do not. I'm going to say no, I am not, and no, I do not. I am not saying that I know what the biggest picture is, and I do not know what the biggest picture is. But I do believe. So, the biggest picture is beyond knowledge. Knowledge cannot comprehend the biggest picture. It has to be addressed. It has to be approached through the mechanism called, and I'm just gonna call it, called belief. You can't, it's beyond knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Knowledge is limiting. Belief is unlimited. You can believe in anything. Okay? So, belief is it's the tool to go beyond. Imagination coupled with belief, these two gifts, these two, and you know, we was raised, you know, imagination ain't all that, man. You tripping, you just imagining things. As it turns out, it's freaking the gateway to travel in the universe. Outside and inside. Just, it's the craziest, it's the, just passed by roadkill, excuse me. Gotta give homage. These two aspects, what we have within each one of us, each human being that's reading this, watching this, whatever you're doing, and it's a human thing. I don't know if it's any other thing. I don't know. But I believe. I believe every living entity has these capabilities. These two, imagination and belief. That's why I have a video series entitled The Power of Belief. And I highlight the fact that if you want to hone that power, if you want to master that power, if you want to activate it, if you want to work it and wield it, you're going to have to detach from anything that thing is connected to. Anything, your power, that's your power, that's yours. Your personal, individual power. If it's connected and controlled by something else, you must sever that connection. And put it back in your own hands. You can't, you know, belief systems and religions and faiths and, dude, you're going to have to separate and believe as you wish, as you will in the moment. Okay? So your power, that's a power. That and imagination, you got to bring that back up. You got to pull out these tools that was been given to you. And what happened was, we was told, you know, and used and worked, these things was worked and utilized to keep us at a certain level. We don't need that no more. Yeah. We don't need that anymore. You know, I'm about to find me a parking space. Talk to you guys. I'm supposed to be door dashing, but I'm not gonna. It's Memorial Day, and it's, you know, they got, you know, all kinds of incentives. I'm saying, oh man, you can make a lot of money right now. But I forgot it was a Memorial Day. I forgot, and I wasn't inspired. So here I am at my job that I don't start until another hour and a half, 2 hours. So I'm in the shade. It's about, it's hot. It's 102 degrees. So I'm in the shade. I got the AC on. I'm about to communicate to you guys. It's a little dark. It's a little dark, but that's the shade. I'm sorry. I can't be out there. It's like 20 degrees difference between the shade and the sun. So I'm gonna crack the windows a little bit because it's never good to just sit in the car. Well, in carbon dioxide. I think that's how you pronounce it. Monoxide or something like that. Carbon something. It's not good. You need air circulation. You need to have some fresh air, even though it's the heat. And if I got the AC, and then that's another thing, and elements and stuff, clashing. So we gotta have some fresh air. Gotta have some circulation. I got all the windows cracked, just about this much. So in order to understand what I'm talking about, you have to utilize these two tools. I'm sorry. And if one of these tools is being controlled by someone else or something else, they're going to tell you not to believe what I'm saying. They're going to suppress your powers because they don't want you to go beyond. And there was purpose for that. See, I got a video series entitled The Purpose of Purpose. You might want to tap into that too. There's a purpose. Suppression has a purpose. You can look at the cocoon, and then you can take the cocoon or an eggshell, and what's going on inside is being suppressed. It can't get out. You can't go further than the limits. So it's being suppressed. Oh, it's trying to get out, but nope, not yet. See, when it's time to get out, the thing within is going to break out. It won't be denied. The shell, the cocoon, is still going to be doing what they do. Okay? They're going to still try to stop the thing from coming out. It's what they do. It's the shell and the cocoon. It's purpose. That's the purpose. It's literally there to protect the thing going with the metamorphosis. It's to protect it because the thing doesn't understand, even though it's fighting the cocoon and the eggshell, trying to break out. Stop! Yeah, let me out. I want to go further than this. I want to go further. No, I'm sorry. I want to get out. But the thing is protecting it. Because if the thing ain't ready, well, you know what happens to an egg that's cracked before it's ready. It's funny. The very same thing that we fight is protecting us. But that's nature. Don't get tripped. Don't trip on that. That's nature. We're fighting because we're practicing. It's like we're practicing. Because eventually we're going to need all that fight. Once the thing within comes to fruition and is complete and is one. See, the problem is with being until they just becomes one, and then there's one power, an elbow of a wing. Boom! See, right now, Loopy, hey, you over here? I want to get out. No, sorry. But once that thing becomes one being, see, the one, all is one. The number one, not even the word, but the word too, but the number one has the power of the one in it, within the little one little line. It's the power within it, because it's everywhere, and it's the sign, it's the key, it's the breadcrumbs. No matter what situation we're in, follow the number one. It'll lead you out. I'm just trying to tell you, it connects with everything. How can it not? It's the one. So, obviously, this is going to be parts. It's a setup to the setup. Belief and imagination are like heads and tails of a coin. Belief and imagination. Bing, bing. Wings. You can fly with those. But you have to be in control of them. You can't, nothing else can control them outside of you. Nothing outside of you can control those two. You have to be in control of those two for you, not nobody else's. Believe in imagination. You can't mess around. That's theirs. I would advise you to encourage, once you get yours, to encourage the next person to get theirs. That's how you do that. Because that's how you bring forth the word from within. That's how you bring it from these two. Once you have those in your own pocket, in your own hands, in your own power, you have those power tools in your toolbox. Only thing I can tell you is strap on a seatbelt. Because you got to, you're finna travel. And so, I'm assuming as you listen to the rest of the series, listen to the rest of this video, and the series obviously is going to be part 2 of this. I ain't even started the biggest picture. I ain't got there because I got to set the stage for you. You can't, the biggest picture? You need a couple of things in your pocket. Okay. To my Christians, my Buddhists, my Muslims, all the major religions and the small religions, and the little knick-knack religions and stuff like that, the Christians and the, but all my majors. Take that religion, put it in a box, and set it to the side. Just for the series of this video. Now listen. I'm not saying discard the religion. I'm just saying throw it out the window. I'm not saying denounce your religion, your belief system. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is put it on pause and let's ride. And then when you get to the end of this, you go back over there and hang out with you. Yay, Christianity, yay. Jesus. Allah, Muhammad. No. Go back and hang out. They're not going to look, you can take time out. You ain't got to. Come on, man. What kind of God wants you to be forever attached to the hip? Come on. Go figure some stuff out and come on back. You know what I mean? And this is just a couple of hours. It's not, you know what I mean? This ain't like a couple of days or nothing. It ain't like a week, a month. It's just a couple of hours out the day. It might last you a week because you might not finish it until, you know what I mean? But I'm assuming you have belief in imagination. So before we do the belief thing, we're going to use the imagination. Imagine, if you will, the biggest picture. Imagine we got to go, in order to get the biggest picture, we got to go to the beginning. I don't know what in the world. Or something like at the bottom right here. I keep visualizing. Okay, throwing me off. Like, what the heck is this? In the beginning, My brother asked me one time, man, because I said, man, in the beginning, such and such, such. He's like, okay, which beginning? I'm going to say what I'm saying to you guys when I said to him, in the beginning of the beginning. In the beginning of all beginnings. Before all of it. We have to go to the beginning, you guys. The key to everything is in the beginning. Where it all started. Before the Big Bang. Before let there be light. We got to go to the abyss. Oh, excuse me, pause. Okay, I'm back. Imagine, if you will, this is where imagination comes into play. Imagination is, all it is imagery, like, you know, looking at pictures. That's all imagination is. I'm about to paint a picture, and then you just imagine it. In other words, see it. Imagine, if you will, that you, the viewer, whoever you are, welcome, by the way, to the All1llA channel. Yay, viewer, woohoo, yeah, you. Imagine if you were there in the beginning. You, yeah. Not your body and all, that's the physical. Not you, who, the driver of that body. The one on the inside looking out of that body. You. Imagine that you were there in the beginning. Now, what do you see? See anything? If you're anything like me, you pretty much see nothing. There is no image. Remember, this is the beginning. Before images and imagery. There's no thing, which is nothing. There's nothing. Just you. There's no eyes to see, no ears to hear. It's just you, though. But you're there. I'm going to give you a time. This is before time, by the way. But I'm going to give you a time reference. I'm going to give you a picture. I'm going to paint a picture where there is no picture. Because I can do that. I'll let you know how I can do that later, and how you can do that, by the way. But that's later. For now, follow me and watch this imagery of this picture that I'm about to paint. Because this is you in the beginning, so there's nothing. You got nothing. Sorry. There's no light, which means there's darkness. And I don't know how much you can see in darkness, but there you go. And this is probably the darkest darkness. This is the womb, if you will. No light. Light wasn't even created yet. So, this is the beginning of the beginning of the beginning, before the Big Bang. Before. See, no matter whether it is theology or science, whichever side of the coin you're on, All1llA got you. Religion, science, clash, the titans, you know. Same thing, same coin, whatever. I get it. Positive, negative, same thing. Copy that. No matter what side you looking at this from, whether it was God said let there be not light or the Big Bang, whichever one before that, when all you guys is no words, no sound. And before there was anything, this nothing and it's before time, because there's no measurement, there's no beginning or end, so. But now I'm about to paint a picture. And I'm to the scientific community, if the Big Bang, from the Big Bang to now, explosion, and it's still supposed to be exploding, they'll let you know this. The exploding is continuing. From then to now is like a grain of sand. So I'm going to paint a grain of sand in your mind. I'm going to go ahead and give you that image of a grain of sand. That will be right there. From then to now, grain of sand. Little pebble. Now you have an image. You got a picture. You got something you can see. You can see a grain of sand. It's little. You got to use the microscope, but you can see it. Woohoo! Right? Before then, to the beginning of, it's the beach. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just trying to put perspective to the thing, right? If time and existence and space is a grain of sand, the one is the beach. I gotta take my hat off of this. Let me take the hat off for you guys. Okay. So we have perspective in the sense that you was in the beginning. You was in the beginning. Before the grain of sand, you was in the beach of time, as it were. And you was in that beach